delightsome afternoon for you, sir. I am Renil Aman from BSME1B, and it is such an honor for me as a student to retain this opportunity to present in your class. So, thank you, sir, and good afternoon. Now, I am going to discuss Lesson 8 States, Nationality, and Statelessness. So, the lesson objectives we have. After this lesson, you should be able to first discuss the concept of states, its recognition and its rights and duties, and the second, differentiate the concepts of nationality, stateless persons, and refugees. So, uh, now we will tackle the definition of terms. So, first, what is states? So states are entities that have the rights and responsibilities under international law. So what do you mean by international law? So when we say international law, it is the agreement between the countries, and it serves as the humanity's fundamental goal to achieve peace and prosperity. So international law is composed of international trade, and international law can help to promote peace, to promote justice, and most especially to promote common interest. And uh, example of international law is the human rights. So when we say state, it is a nation or territory considered as a organized political community under one government. So kanang uh, all in all, when we say state, it's composed of government, it is composed of people, it is composed of sovereignty or power, it's composed of territory, and most especially it is composed of a population. And that's it. So the next one is the nationality. So what is nationality? When we say nationality, it is a legal band having its basis a social fact of attachment, a genuine connection of existence, interest, and sentiments, together with the existence of reciprocal rights and duties. So, nationality, a legal band having and its basis a social fact of attachment. So, it means um, in every country they have their own nationality. Let's say, for instance, here in the Philippines. So, uh, here in the Philippines, we are Filipino. That's our nationality. Another is like from America. So their nationality is American. That's so that's nationality. And lastly, refugee. So what is the difference between refugee and status person? So first we will tackle about the refugee. So when we say refugee, uh, it is a person who, owing to a well-founded fear of being persecuted for reasons of race, religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group or political opinion, is outside the country of his or her nationality and is unable or owing to such fear is unwilling to avail himself or herself of protection of that country. So when we say refugee, they are the person who are forced to leave in their country. It is because of war, persecution, and etc. While while stateless persons, so they are the persons who are not belong to a country. So if you're not belong to a particular nation, then you're a stateless person. If you are not if you are not a citizen of that particular country, then you are a stateless person. So example of a stateless person is like terrorist. That's it. So now we will tackle about the elements of the state. So why is it important that every state must possess these four elements? The first elements is the permanent population. So it is the total number of people alive and living at a given area. So let's say for instance here in Ormoc City. So according to the Ormoc City Census, the permanent population of Ormoc City is 215,031. That is a permanent population. Next is the territory. So, territory is a part of geographic space which is under the control and sovereignty of the state. It encompasses land territory with internal waters and territorial sea, the airspace, and the subsoil. So when we say territory, it is geographic space, land, or water that is acquired and controlled by the government. So that is territory. So the third one is the government. So it is the political system by which a country or community is administered and regulated. So government means it is a system of governing and organized community generally. So government has the political power, leadership, and they are the one who control the law for developing peace. And the fourth elements will be the capacity to enter into relations with other states. So this reflects the entity's degree of interdependence. So in these elements, sovereignty is premised on the notion of interdependence and equality. Now, the government must be sovereign and independent so that within its territory, it is not subject to the authority of another state. So the corollary is a state thus has full capacity to enter into relations with other states. So now we will tackle about the states are created through the following. So first, uh, the states are created through discovery and occupation. So it means that it occurs when a territory belonging to any state is placed the sovereignty of the claiming state. So let's say, for instance, if the particular state discover a particular land with no inhabitants, then they have the power to make a title and claim it as their own. That is the discovery and occupation. Second is the prescription. So it means that is when a territory is acquired through continuous and uninterrupted possession over a long period of time. So it means that if a particular people or states that living in a particular area over the long period of time, then they have the power to acquire it as their own. That means by prescription. So the third one is cession. So cession means it is involved the peaceful transfer of territory from our sovereign to another with the intention that sovereignty should pass. So cession is different from conquest. So cession is you are giving the power, just uh, you're giving the power to particular states, like you're giving land, you are giving your rights. That's cession. You have a peaceful, you are giving a peaceful transfer of power. That's cession. So the fourth one is the accretion. So it is the increase in the land area of the state in either through natural means or artificially through human labor. So when we see accretion, it's a gradual build up of land due to natural forces. So the increase of actual land on a stream, lake, or sea by the action of water which deposits soil upon the shoreline. So, accretion can be called as the Mother Nature's little gift for landowner. And lastly is the conquest. So as I said later, cession is different from conquest because cession is you are giving up something. You're giving up power to another state. Like you're giving power, you're giving land, right, etc. And in conquest, it is the act of defeating an opponent and occupying all parts or territory does not itself constitute a basis of title to the land, and it gives the victory certain rights under international law as regards the territory, the rights of belligerent occupation, but the territory remains subject to the legal title of the asset sovereign. So, conquest is different from cession because conquest is you are using force, diba? You are using force through war. if the two states have a conflict and they will make a war. So if the one who will have the victory will be can occupy all the territory of their enemy. They have the power to occupy all parts if they have the victory. That's conquest. That's all, and thank you, sir.